The first Kingdom Hearts game was released back in 2002, and it was a remarkable spectacle of a video game that spawned multiple iterations across a number of platforms over the years. Now, 17 years after the advent of the initial game, and 13 years after Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been released on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and attempts to tie up all the loose ends from the adventures of Sora and his companions. But does Kingdom Hearts 3 live up to its illustrious pedigree? Let's find out. This review and the related footage is based on a physical retail copy of the game for the PlayStation 4.
Let's go! Count on us!
The Kingdom Hearts series was originally built upon nostalgia. There was only one place you could see multiple characters from Disney's most famous films interacting with your favorite Final Fantasy heroes and villains, and that place was Kingdom Hearts. The graphics were colorful, the gameplay was simple and frantic, and the fan service was overflowing, with subsequent titles cranking these dials up as far as they could. These features are mostly retained in Kingdom Hearts 3. If nothing else, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a game made for longtime fans of Kingdom Hearts, and that demographic will undoubtedly be the one that enjoys the game the most. While Kingdom Hearts 3 tries its best to be open to rookie players, it unfortunately is a victim of the series' intricate and convoluted lore. Despite the memory archives and recaps, if you've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, or if you've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, this should probably not be your entry point, as the minute details of the plot are near insurmountable without excessive amounts of prerequisite information, all of which is found in the other Kingdom Hearts games. For series veterans, however, Kingdom Hearts 3 will satisfy your voracious hunger for answers without ever truly overstaying its welcome. Most of the series' biggest questions are answered, many of the loose ends are tied up, and there's enough intrigue in the story to keep you hooked from beginning to end. Kingdom Hearts 3's core gameplay is essentially the same as previous entries in the series, but it's still as satisfying as ever. There are a few gameplay quirks, however, with the biggest addition being the ability to equip up to 3 Keyblades at once. This allows players to actively switch between them at any point by pressing left or right on the D-pad, which is very useful, as different Keyblades have different strengths and weaknesses. If you need to switch from a magic specialty Keyblade to a more physically powerful Keyblade, it can be done with a single input. Keyblades also have unique transformations, which yield a variety of benefits, from faster, more powerful combos to higher defensive capabilities. By landing a series of attacks while the Keyblade is transformed, players can initiate a second Keyblade transformation, which again has unique qualities even compared to the initial transformation. If you attack any enemies that have a green target around them, you will then be able to perform an attraction, another new gameplay mechanic. Attractions are special attacks based on Disney World rides, and all of them can dish out very high damage, with some attractions having additional contextual effects as well. Finally, there are links, which will drain all of your focus meter, but allow you to summon a Disney ally from movies that didn't get their own worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. All of this does plenty to refresh the battle system of Kingdom Hearts 3, but it is a double-edged sword, as it can also make some of the battles excessively easy. Enemies can hit you during links and most of the attractions, but you're dealing so much damage to your foes that it usually doesn't matter. And having instant access to 3 Keyblades makes battles even easier, since all you have to do for certain enemies is switch to a more suitable Keyblade and attack or cast magic. In terms of non-combat, the flow motion mechanic returns, albeit with some small adjustments. Certain environmental objects can be interacted with using flow motion, allowing for both faster traversal and a few environmental effects. While flow motion can be used in combat in certain instances, its main functionality is for exploration. This makes running around and discovering secrets all the more enjoyable, as levels can range from basic linearity with a few branching paths to labyrinthine in nature. There are also plenty of secrets and collectibles to discover, so it's worth exploring. On a side note, the secret ending is tied to a specific type of collectible, the Lucky Emblems, which are known as hidden Mickeys to anyone that has been to Disney World. If you want to unlock the secret ending, you'll have to find a specific number of Lucky Emblems depending on your difficulty setting. Gummy ships are arguably the most radically different element in Kingdom Hearts 3, as the basic gameplay has been completely overhauled. Unlike Kingdom Hearts 2, where the gummy ship stages were essentially on-rails shooters, Kingdom Hearts 3's gummy sections are now a true, if rudimentary, space shoot-'em-up. You spawn in the Star Cluster and are free to explore anywhere within the available map. This allows you to do a number of things, such as complete exclusive gummy missions, collect extra EXP for your ship, and even gather additional money. There are also boss enemies exclusive to the gummy portions of the game, and those play out relatively similarly to the classic gummy ship mode seen in prior games. Ship customization is more detailed than ever, and dedicated players have already started crafting pretty much anything you can imagine within the gummy editor. Overall, while the basic gameplay is fundamentally the same, Kingdom Hearts 3 does its best to refresh the intermediate and advanced gameplay mechanics as well as the additive gameplay content, which is better than ever. And while all this does add some fun variety to the game, it unfortunately detracts from the difficulty as well, which might deter select players. Kingdom Hearts 3's score, however, is a fabulous collection of music, and is arguably better than every previous Kingdom Hearts game's soundtrack. This is mainly due to the fact that the music in Kingdom Hearts 3 not only features music from the core titles in Kingdom Hearts chronology, but also utilizes those songs' musical motifs to set the tone for each of the game's worlds and interactions. When facing Heartless, music from Kingdom Hearts 1 will play, evoking memories of facing off against Dark Ansem's army. When facing Nobodies, Kingdom Hearts 2's iconic tracks will play, and remind players of the times they faced off against the legions of Xemnas. And when fending off the Unversed, melodies from Birth by Sleep will play, to harken players back to the time they battled alongside Ventus and his companions. And the Disney and Pixar music is just as fantastic and nostalgic as ever, with the Toy Story theme being a particular favorite of mine. While there are some songs that are simply decent, there aren't any bad songs, and the overall quality of the score is astonishingly impactful. From a technical standpoint, Kingdom Hearts 3's visuals may be its weakest point. The cartoony graphics are exceptionally colorful, and the particle effects are insane and plentiful, but the resolution and frame rate do leave something to be desired. On the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, Kingdom Hearts 3 has two modes, Default and Stable. Default mode aims for higher resolution and a 60 FPS frame rate, while Stable mode is set to a lower resolution and a 30 FPS frame rate, in exchange for a more consistent gameplay experience. Neither version of Kingdom Hearts 3 on any setting achieves a consistent 60 FPS, but the Xbox One X is noticeably more consistent than the PS4 Pro in both visual quality and frame rate consistency. Obviously, the two standard model systems will run the game in much lesser quality, with the standard PS4 outperforming the standard Xbox One in essentially every way. However, the visual presentation's issues extend beyond the game's technical aspects. While the bigger picture is typically very appealing, the finer details are ironically where the most noticeable issues lie. Sometimes, like during the prologue, the lip syncing is really good. At one point, I personally found myself wondering if the game is in English in all regions, because the lips were being shaped the way real lips would move when specific words are spoken, complete with curled and pursed lip movements. Other times, however, the lip syncing is almost completely off, being more akin to an early 2000s anime. Sometimes, animations look incredibly detailed and complex, while other times it looks slightly better than an object being dragged along a track. These aren't particularly big issues, but they're glaring enough that I noticed them, and it really took me out of the experience of the game, if only temporarily. Personally, my biggest complaint, and arguably the most glaring and polarizing thing about Kingdom Hearts 3, is the lack of Final Fantasy characters. The iconic cast of Final Fantasy games past is nowhere to be seen throughout all of Kingdom Hearts. Certain fan-favorite characters are mentioned in passing once, but the majority of Final Fantasy's contribution to Kingdom Hearts 3 is seen in the Moogle shops, some Easter eggs, and a few collectible items. Other than that, it's all Disney and Pixar mixed with original Kingdom Hearts characters. While Pixar's intellectual properties are a welcome addition, it's a shame that most of the Final Fantasy aspect of Kingdom Hearts seems to have been sacrificed in its stead. For the $60 entry fee, a recommendation for Kingdom Hearts 3 comes with plenty of asterisks and caveats. Are you a big fan of Kingdom Hearts? Have you played most of the previous games? Do you love Pixar? Do you mind the lack of Final Fantasy proper in Kingdom Hearts 3? Personally, I think the game is worth it. The pros heavily outweigh the cons, even if those cons can be quite glaring. The gameplay is as fun and chaotic as ever, the music is beautiful and synonymous with many of our respective formative years in gaming, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is a satisfying, if divisive, finale to the saga. Is it the best game in the series? No. For me personally, that's still Kingdom Hearts 2. But is Kingdom Hearts 3 a great game in its own right? Absolutely. Kingdom Hearts 3 earns an 8 out of 10. Hey, thanks for watching. To stay up to date on all my uploads, subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I post something new. For more reviews and other videos, check out the links on screen. I actually just reviewed Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition last month, so please give that a look. And if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, check out that Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition review too. Thanks!